Welcome back. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is Crusader Kings 3 Angevin Dreams. Oh, it looks like we have a dangerous faction. Oh, it's just the peasant rabble in the county of Bruges. That's it. Okay. We can handle that, I think. Game says we could hold a grand tournament or a grand tour. I mean, well, we might be doing better financially than we had been. I don't think that's in the cards for us. I mean, it would be fantastic to take a pilgrimage at some point. That would indeed be very fantastic. But, yeah, I don't think that's in the cards either, because, I mean, if I did that, I'd really want to go to Jerusalem. And that's a long ways off. That would be very expensive. In fact, let me check and see how expensive the game says that would be right now. Oh, I could attempt suicide. Why can I attempt suicide? Because I'm contrite? I don't really have any traits that would make me suicidal, I don't think. Oh, I could confess. That should help with some of my stress. Yes, I have something to say. Stress coping confession. I have gathered the court today because I have something to confess. Oh, I'm confessing to the court? This isn't just normal. Oh. Oh. Yikes. That's not good. Well, at least then it's not a secret that someone can use against me anymore. Alright, and let's talk to a confidant. After a long conversation with my knight Joffrey, I can feel my thoughts calming down. However, as I rejoin the court, I can see the jealousy on the courtiers' faces. After all, who wouldn't want to have Joffrey's trust? Oh, my mind is at ease. Oh, I become friends with him. And all courtiers except confidant lose 10 opinion of me. Oh well, but I lose 33 stress. And I am now friends with the Knight of Conquest. All well and good, and I am no longer stressed at all. Alright, now I was going to check on... Or does it count as an activity? Ah, 'tis an activity. No, if I was going to go on a pilgrimage, it'd be a worldly one. I'm not particularly pious. No, I wouldn't want to go to the Vatican, or Cologne, or Canterbury, or Santiago. Jerusalem's the only fit place to make a pilgrimage to. Sail that way? No, you can't sail on a pilgrimage. I mean, unless you're going somewhere inaccessible by foot. Interesting, right now it only costs $352. Ah, I can't make it a contemplative one because I am not patient, a pilgrim, or a Haji. Okay, interesting. The humble, appropriate. Ceremonial or Throng? If I made it Throng, would add 300 gold to the cost of this thing. Interesting. Interesting. I could make it worldly, but also make my intent be zealotry. That's interesting. Out of curiosity. Because, I mean, yeah. No. No, no, no. Oh, there's no longer a point of interest over here anymore. Oh well. Visit Toledo. And Valencia. Oh. That's right, I have to add a detour every time. But yeah, what I would think I'd want to do is go down through Iberia, cross the straits into northern Africa, and then go around. Yeah, walk along the Mediterranean up into Jerusalem, and then back through Anatolia and the Balkans, and Dalmatia and such. Or maybe go up further north and come down. Well, that's something for when I have more money put aside. If I ever have more money put aside. Yes, we're discarding this planned pilgrimage. To the benevolent King Payan of Aquitaine, I gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Your son, Ironcar, will be betrothed to my daughter, Radomira. Excellent. How is my army looking? Pretty good. How are my levies looking? Those are still replenishing. Oof. Everything's back to normal. My income has increased rapidly. I mean, not rapidly, drastically. Well, in that case, I think I can now afford to have my steward work on promoting culture. Dutch and Dutch. Basque. Got Catalan. These are French. This is all Occitan. Let's convert the peasants that seem to be in revolt, or ready to revolt. Let's convert Bruges to the Lorraine culture. Alright. Greetings, my perceptive liege. Salutations, my fine cousin. We're cousins, okay. Would you care for a rousing game of chess? Sure. I'm fine with that. Duke Tariq is already waiting to begin our little chess match. Sat waiting with a competitive grimace writ large across his features. We're neck and neck, though neither of us is even close to victory. Careful, smirks my opponent. One more move like that, and you'll activate my trap piece. I thought we were playing chess, Tariq. Alright. I'm gonna just keep playing martial, because that's my best bet. A strong sword arm is a strong die arm. Okay. Our match marches on, Tariq continuing with such devious ruse that I'm left speechless. Blast it, somehow this man seems to counter every stratagem I employ. He's starting to win, though neither of us is even close to victory. I might just nip to the privy whilst it's your move, smiles my opponent. Don't go fiddling with my pieces. Alright, what are your stats? You have terrible learning. You have a good intrigue, though. Alright, so learning is countered by martial. Martial isn't great. Intrigue is countered by learning. You think you can outthink me? Our match marches on, Tariq continuing with a variety of cunning feints and ploys. Naturally, my techniques cunningly foil my opponent. He's starting to win, and my opponent could triumph at any second. You know, they tell me I need books to prove my smartness, pontificates my opponent, but I think it's pretty clear that right now I am not such a lout. I am unparalleled. Yes, I am unparalleled in the theory of chess. I'll try that. Right. Our match marches on, Tariq continuing with an obvious trap. Naturally, my techniques cunningly foil my opponent. He's starting to win. He's still starting to win. I know the rules of chess like the back of my hand. We both stare at the final piece. I did it. I've won. This game of chess is mine. Another fine victory on my indisputable rise towards the role of king of games. A desolate Tariq remains seated, hands on his haunches, trying to comprehend where he went wrong. Let's see. Good game. How does it feel to lose, little man? Why? Why would I be a jerk like that? I'd love to play you again sometime. 71% chance we grow closer to forming a friendship. And I lose 8 stress. Do I have any stress at this point? No. I could just say good... No, I'll go for that. I'd love to play again sometime. And I am closer to forming a friendship with Duke Tariq. Your opponent agrees that it was a good game. Excellent. Right. I did set my counselor on that task, right? I did. Good, and we're still doing this well financially. Excellent. I like that there's a ton of... Oh, that's right, because I got the Castaspelli innovation, or what do they call them in this game, last time. Let's use the seconds claims. What does my son have claims to? The County of Blois. Where is that? Oh, right in there. It would expand his realm. That'd be awesome. And if I'm going to wage war for just a county, do none of my vassals have claims on a... Well, he has a claim on the kingdom, but I'm not going to do that because that would just make a new king of West Francia. Not at all what I want. Doesn't have any claims on any duchies? Oh, that's too bad. I could take Blois for Prince Eudes. Yes, I believe we shall. raise the armies there. I don't think I need to call any of my, I don't think I need to call any of my allies at this point. Oh, the crown needs a guardian? I thought your guardian was the Pope. I did send you to be a ward of the Pope. Oh, there's a new Pope. It's no longer Innocentius, it's now Honorius II. The Pope is a native Hebrew speaker. That's interesting. No, I still wish my son learning with the Pope. We have an Ashkenazi Pope. Interesting. Very interesting. To the benign King Pain of Aquitaine, we are happy to accept your proposed education arrangement. A noble upbringing for a noble spirit. Signed, Pope Honorius of the Papacy. Excellent! This should strengthen our ties with the Papacy, always a good thing. Alright. Gather the armies together. I will lead them myself, as is fitting. My domain limit went down. Oh, that's good. Well, it looks like I need her to go back to managing domain then. Oh, what's this? Ah! Radomira and Ironclar can marry. Excellent. A pretty name. Radomira. Oh, my hook on Prince Eudes II has expired. That's okay, I didn't know I had a hook on him anyway. 2 months left on this siege. Oh? Ah! My grandson wishes to negotiate an alliance. We'll accept that. And he initiated it so it doesn't stress me out. Good. Ah, my son has learned the Akvolgar. Excellent, and I have taken the aim of this war. Now let's go engage their armies. See, he is in Chateau Renard. Oh, they've taken Auxerre. I have a new inspired person who wishes to make male. Master. Considered a master by her peers. Unfortunately, our treasury is not doing that well at the moment. Well enough. But not well enough that I could But I wish to patronize a master artisan. To the hysterical King Payan. We have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more. We are done paying you taxes. Once your coffers dry up and your larders are empty, you will wish you had treated us more fairly. We've never treated you unfairly. Never. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. Every county in the faction, the control level will change by -25. Spawns an army of peasant rebels proportional to the county's levies. Alright, rally the troops. Alright, let's go liberate Auxerre. And Richard has learned High German. Oh, through observation. Okay. Nice. Let us tell him to learn another language. Yeah, learn to Akvolgar. And we've liberated Auxerre. Let's go to Blois to deal with the army attempting to liberate that. Ah! And Bertrand has learned the Akvolgar. I didn't click on Etienne. I clicked on Bertrand. Okay. Well, Etienne should learn the Akvolgar. Ah, he is not in my court, so I can't actually make him learn a language. Well, Pope, you should teach my son your language. Right, let us march back to Blois. We've got 67% on this war now. Oh, they're running away. Well, not fast enough. Ah! I have taken King Carloman the Tyrant hostage. Excellent. I'm not going to negotiate peace right now. That would just release him. I also have Duke Charles the Brilliant of Berry. Oh, and a Prince of West Francia. Oh, I have a lot. I have taken a lot of noble prisoners. Alright, Count Richard of Nevers. Give me money. Prince Giles. Give me money. Duke Charles. Give me money. King Carloman. can make him renounce claims. Oh, no, I don't wish to send him a gift. That'd be silly. I could ransom him. He cannot afford full ransom of 200. 200 would be full ransom? Nice. No, but if I prolong the war to hold on to him long enough for him to pay it, then yes, I would probably be at a net loss at that point. How many sons do you have? Just the one. Good for you. I'm holding on to you for now. I wish to take your capital. I suppose I should deal with those peasants up in Bruges. Where have the peasants gone? Oh, they sailed to Avranches. Alright, well I'm going to go deal with them, and then I will march on. What is this? The barony of Mio. I could call allies to the war. That's not necessary. Oh, I should designate a guardian for Etienne. Nicolas de Montaner. No, nothing I wish to do for him. Alright. Go deal with these peasants. I wonder. His heir has no heirs. Interesting. Alright. That little peasant uprising is done with. Now let me march on the West Francian capital. Well, that's right, I already set him up to do that. I'm hoping to take King Carloman's heir hostage as well. Out of curiosity, how much could I ransom him for now? $137. Alright. Maybe it would be worth it to wait until he can pay the 120, until he could pay the 200. I wonder, what has happened with Mallorca? Oh, he's had a child. My vassal is no longer his heir. Well, that is too bad. can he afford now? Oh, he can almost afford the full amount. Well, if you can come up with that, I will ransom you. Oh, it just ended in victory. I haven't made my demands yet. I was sacking your capital. So be it. Which of course means you're not my prisoner anymore. Tragic. Alright, disband the army then. Ah, I can hold court again. It's been that long already? Alright, let's hear the petitioners. A peasant woman stands before me, informing the court of her plea. The recent war took a toll on the countryside. In Auxerre, maybe if anywhere, but... And we were not sure who the culprit was, but they looted an important cultural site to us French from Gims. Please, we beseech you, spare some of your resources to see, so we can see it restored. The war did not even come close to touching that area. The peasant ends her request with a clumsy bow, a clear indicator of their low-born status. We cannot afford to spend gold on this matter. Don't you realize you French people should properly be Lorraine? Not helping with French traditions. Duke Renaud stands before you, his face grave with concern. My lord, the threat of West Francia weighs heavy on my mind. King Carloman looms across the border. He points only days from the gates of Limoges and House de Poitiers' hearths. You must help fortify my lands. Waterons, soldiers, and fortifications are all that stand between Aquitaine and ruined. The capital's actually closer than Poitou. You realize we just thoroughly beat them in a war, right? Who's this? This is the Duke of Poitiers. %, he's reassured. He loses 20 opinion of me, or... No, we are all burdened by the risks of war. +5 vassal opinion, but he loses 10 opinion of me. Alright. As soon as it is his turn to speak, the agitated man in front of me screams, "The end is nigh!" The signs are clear and everywhere. The people of county of Forcalquier know it too well. Disorders, bandits, thieves, violence, and the disappearance of justice among men. The day of judgment is upon us. There is only one way for us to be saved: chastity and purity. Renounce the temptations of the flesh. Repent now, for the day is nigh. I could become celibate. It would give me a lot of piety. Give me +1 monthly piety. Clergy would like me more. Eager revelers and seducers would dislike me. I wouldn't be able to have children. Well, Serhilda's 48. It's kind of unlikely she's going to be giving me more children at this point. Or nonsense, burn this ravening heretic. I will gain prestige I will gain piety and dread. Or take this fool out of my sight. Nonsense, burn this raving heretic. And my business here is done. So how is my piety? 635. How is my dread? Just that 20. Ah, the 10 I gained before has already deteriorated. Got it. And then, of course, it is too soon to declare war on West Francia again. Oh, my court tutor is dead. Oh, he was also the guardian of a few of my children. Successor, the Golden Sentinel. Gains the Huntsmaster attribute. Mayor Consen becomes your acclaimed knight, and it loses 175 glory. Okay. Oh, he was also the successor to he was also my Golden Sentinel? Ah. I need a new court tutor then. I also need a court physician. I don't have any good candidates for that. Do I have any good candidates for court tutor? I have average candidates. Oh, my son Ironcar. Yeah, you can be the court tutor then. That also means that Etienne and Richard have lost their guardian. Be raised by your mother. Interesting, it thinks you should be raised by Radamira? Sure, that's fine. We'll see how that works out. What has happened? Dedicated tutor. My son Ironcar approaches me with concerns regarding the state of our educational materials. We can make do, but imagine the heights our children could reach if we only had better materials. New wax tablets, parchment, perhaps even ink. Of course, you shall have the funds. I'll spend 150 gold on that. That's an investment in the future of our kingdom. Speaking of investing in the future of our kingdom, perhaps I should build something in Angers. A cheap building I can't afford yet. I can't afford to build a new holding. I don't wish to spend that much at the moment. I could still create Flanders and Neustria. Oh, and I can take another martial perk. Let's go with living off the land. Greetings, my benign liege. I've arrived in Angers to pay homage to you, glorious king, as a show of my loyalty. I hope my pledge of submission alone is evidence enough of my honor. Signed, Countess Beatrice of Albret. Who's Albret? Oh, did she? Oh, the lady that held Bern must have died, and her little realm was split. Which means Bern can now go to Armagh, and Albret can now go to Gascon, as they should. Ah, no, sure, in at once. Homage, taking the knee. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Countess Beatrice, who is soon announced and ushered before me. She kneels in deference, offering nothing but her oath to faithfully serve as a vassal of the kingdom. At last I bid the Countess arise, confirming my satisfaction and Beatrice's rights to the lands she rules in my stead. Serve me well, Countess Beatrice. And now, my brother Prince Etienne has created the cadet branch des Salines. Des Salines. Okay. Wave after wave, a vision of calm. A river near Anjou offers a wondrous source of easy transportation, one that I have occasionally had cause to find myself using as today. It's invigorating, really, listening to the grunts and calls of the rowers, easing us along with the current, watching the landscape roll by, even as I remain completely still. Standing on the boat's deck, leaning over the side, I feel so very peaceful. The water is almost hypnotic. I lose some stress. Do I have any stress? That is too bad I lose this much stress when I have none at all. Well, that's right. That was my next order of business. Yes, Countess Beatrice of Albrecht can become a vassal of Duchess Joanna Anse of Gascon. Yes, Grand Vassal. Excellent. Now, who rules in Bern now? Count Albert. Oh, is he already in the hands of... Ah. Oh, he's under Bernat of Toulouse. Interesting. What's going on here in... What's going on down here? Roger of Bigorre is defending against his duke. Why? What is it? Oh, you're attacking your duke because of his tyranny. Well, I hope you fail. I set him as duke for a reason. Oh, he's offering to buy one of my prisoners. Sure, King Carloman. You can buy that person back. I could declare wars on who? Where is this? Ah. El Sark. No, I'm good. Baki of Mallorca, Prince Lambert II the Brave of Spoleto, King Lothar of the Danelaw? I could declare a holy war on him? Interesting. Well, I'm not going to. I mean, when I can make war on her? Is she not my ally? Oh, no. No, she is not. Because my son died. I could declare war on her and press my grandson's claim. That would be interesting. No, I'm quite happy to just let him inherit when the time comes. I don't wish to make war with her. Hmm. No, she wouldn't accept to marry my son Richard. Oh well. Okay, who else does it say I could declare war on? Count Bermuda Nunez of Ipsoqua. Ah, right there on our border. No, I'm good. There's only one person I wish to make war on at this point. Are we allied with Burgundy? No, I don't believe we are. But I have no excuse to make war with him. Really, at this point, it's just West Francia I wish to go to war with again. No, let this be a time for peace. Oh, Etienne has finished increasing control in Gens. Excellent. Oh, one of my duchesses is having a hunt. We shall have to join that. But first let's check in on our council. Prince Etienne, work on county control in Bruges. Alright, whose hunt is this? Ah, the Duchess of Barcelona. What sort of hunt is it? Oh yes, we will join her hunt. Oh, someone's having a grand tournament? Oh, it seems to be already in progress. No, it is not. Oh. Oh! It's way up there. No, I'm not going to a tournament in the Shetlands. Yes, that's quite a bit away. I mean, no. We'll accept our Duchess's invitation. Alright, it starts November 6th. Currently I would get there October 18th. Let's see, are there any interesting detours to make on the way there or back? On the way there, no, because that would take too long. I don't need experienced captains. I'm not planning on going by sea. Do I need the mercenary guards? It still thinks I'd get there around the same time. There's a 9% chance of danger there. Well, I believe I'll bring the mercenary guards. I think I will also bring a cultural ambassador. Alright, let me customize my routes. On the way home, we shall... We shall turn the route home into a tour of Iberia, just as we went to Britain that one time. then to Rona. Then it wishes to sail back? Yeah, I suppose that could work. Yes, join Duchess Glaceranda's hunt. And then we will tour Iberia on our way back. And we will have to see how that hunt and tour go next time. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Crusader Kings 3 Angevin Dreams, and I am some guy you've never heard of. Unless, of course, you have.